Good morning. Let's see here. Let me back that thing up a little bit. I'm grabbing curtains. Do I want to be grabbing curtains? Oh no, probably not. I don't think I can back up any further. So let's do this. What's it look like? Man, that's a little better. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Much better. And I've got 2 minutes. Right there. And this dude's got to get his exercise in for the day. Be right back. All right. All right. Glasses. Come on. Here's my glasses for the day. Uh-oh. Oh, how do I time that stuff correctly? How do I do it? I don't know. Maybe it's because I've done 60 of these things already. 60. Today is show 60, brah. Are you guys like blown away? Show 60. Oh, we have so much to cover. Wasn't a slow start today. It was just a busy morning. A busy morning. Lots to do. One of my little projects is figuring out the white balance, bro, because I am not that pale. Like, I'm going to show you something like it's crazy. Watch this. Okay. You see all the white? Watch this. Bro, did you see that? Look, I'm normal color. Look at this. Now watch. Yes, did you see that? Okay. Who cares, man? It's a gorgeous, amazing day. It's Tactical Tuesday. We have so much to cover. I've got 3 hours of stuff to do in 1 hour's time. Can he do it? I don't know, man. Let's see. Good morning, business builders, and welcome to Business for Breakfast. Well, business is the most important middle of the day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, otherwise known as VBG. Our goal in this show is to make you 1% smarter today by unpacking business news over the last 24 hours, sprinkled with tips and tricks to help you mind your own business. That's right. Now, I know you're not here for me. And by the way, you can tell I'm out of breath. Why? Because before I go live every day, one of my little cheat codes is I have a little thing on my pre-show checklist that says exercise. Normally, I have this done a few minutes before I jump on, but today I was running a little behind because I was task saturated this morning. And so I just did it. And if you guys want to know what are my little cheat code exercises, easy cheesy, bro. Well, first of all, what the rizzle? I don't want that thing in front of my face. Well, easy, bro. One, air squats and two push-ups every day without question. Got to get them done. And yes, super white. Thank you, Justin. Not racist at all. We're just talking about the white filter. Wah, wah. He's normal and he's pale, just like that. And I am both normal and pale, or I'm neither of those things. Anyway, an amazing day, but I had to get my exercise done, and that's the reason why I'm a little out of breath. But who the heck cares, man? Because we are ready for the most important part of the day, which is our morning mark. Why do we like it? Why do we love it? Why do we need it? Why do we depend on it? It's easy, man, because there's no props required, no drinks, no gear. It's just you and a functioning brain. We'll work with what we've got. Wherever you are, desk, truck, kitchen, job site, standing or sitting, your job. I was trying to do it by memory, standing or sitting. It doesn't matter. Pick one thing you will finish today. Not a list, not 10, not three, just one. Now, mark it mentally and write it down. That is the line in the sand. That's the thing the day doesn't get to erase. That's the pause that sharpens that's the pause that sharpens the edge, the moment that turns noise into signal. That, my friends, wait, the tiny act that makes business owners dangerous in a good way. That, my friend, is your morning mark. Trying to do this thing by memory. And I did it perfectly yesterday, but today my memory is just a little off, a little off. But look, regardless of how we get through it, your job's to make that one thing a priority today and get it done, right? Your day's officially started. All right, my beautiful business builders, you drive, I dive, buckle up, buttercup, and let's roll into today's show because it is going to blow your mind, your face, and your head off of your body. Let's first start with, you guys know, shameless plugs. We are doing our third annual cross-country charity bike ride called Pedaling Against Ponzi's. I ride my bicycle every year from Dallas to Washington, D.C. to bring awareness to, in my opinion, the most horrific of all crimes, because it's the one crime that has the most silent victims, because this is your parents and grandparents, and guess what? They tell nobody about this crime because they're so embarrassed and ashamed. So we do it for them. And also, there's a very, very specific IRS form called IRS Form 4684, Section C, which allows individuals to write off losses from financial crimes. Yes, yes, yes. So we literally go around the country and we just, every media outlet on planet Earth that allows us to talk to them, we just let them know, look, we see you, victim. We hear you. And there is hope for you. And so we just go around the country, just really working hard to bring awareness to this horrible, horrible crime. And we leave in less than 2 weeks. Not this Monday, but next Monday, Monday, June 1st. We hitting the road, me and Justin. Today's show is going to blow your mind, Barrett. We've got Tactical Tuesday is one of my favorite days of the week. We get to build a business plan from the ground up, from an idea to cash flow in 90 days. All these businesses are service-based, and they cost less than $1,000 to start. We're also the only company out there because we are the biggest supporter of Mom and Pop Venti Shop. So anybody that's got an idea for one of these businesses, if you want to grab one of our businesses, in a box, we give $1,000 grants to start these businesses. That's right. We will actually help you start the business. Because look, the only way, our secret since 1968 has been simple. The only way that we'll be in business 20 years from now is to make sure that you're still in business 20 years from now. All we want to do is champion small business. We want you to succeed, right? But can we jump into this day in history? Because there is so much for us to talk about. So much. Oh, no way. Listen to this. Today, now you guys know we do this show daily. Unless I'm sick as a dog or out of town, we do it daily. So everything that I give you is relevant to today, being Tuesday, 19th. So when we talk about this day in history, these are things that happened on May 19th in history. 1906, the curriculum reform of Sorbonne, which is Marie Curie, following the tragic death of her husband, Pierre. Marie Curie was officially appointed to his chair at the Sorbonne today, becoming the first female professor in the university's 650-year history. What? This was a monumental milestone in academic logistics. Wow, in nuclear physics. Insane. She was the first female professor in the university's 650-year history, which you have to understand, like, we just talked about it yesterday, right? There's like this big national day of prayer because America is celebrating its what? 250th anniversary. 250th. This university has basically, it's like 2.5 times the age of the United States. Insane, unbelievable. And you guys know our handshake agreement. My job, I have agreed that I'm going to help you learn today and laugh a little. But we already have an agreement between us. You know, it's just a gentleman's word, but a word between our bonds. I will agree to do that. And you've already agreed to like and subscribe. And you guys understand everything that you guys do for me is just the greatest gift ever. It's a new show. Today is episode 60. I can't even believe it. For you guys, though, I just want to take this journey along with you guys. And we do this show for us mom and pop venti shops. I call us the authentic misfits. You know, we don't fit in anywhere. You know, everybody around us said, just go get a job here and a job here and just ride it out. And, take the easy route. And we said, screw that, and gave the world a middle finger and said, we're going to do it our own way, and cost us everything, our sanity, our health, our peace, peace in mind, everything we do because we believe in what we do as mom and pop venti shops. We believe it. And so this show is really to pay tribute to you, to us, the misfits out there that feel that we're supposed to give something back to society, right? So this show is for us to be encouraged, to be inspired, to learn, to laugh. And I will continue to do that for you guys because I need it. This is like my 1 hour church service in the morning that just kicks me in the pants and says, we got a day we got to take, It's like Cortez. We've got to conquer this day. And it always starts with the morning mark, by the way. If you do that one thing by the end of the day, you when your head hits the pillow and you think back about what you got done for the day, as long as the morning mark got done, you won't beat yourself up too badly. What else happened? 1892, the birth of the modern pneumatic tire infrastructure. What? Patent expansions were finalized this week for structural improvements to detachable pneumatic transport tires. What? No freaking way. Okay, wait. Literally, the tire that comes on and off, that was born today, 1892. No freaking way. I guess before it was permanently attached to the vehicle. Now they come on and off. Wow. Wow. What else happened today? Major world events. 1643, the Battle of Rocroi. During the 30 Years' War, a French army under the Duke of Enghien decisively defeated the legendary Spanish Turcos in France. This was a definitive tactical and social shift, marking the end of a century of Spanish military dominance in Europe, and a total rewrite of the continent's geopolitical mapping and infantry logistics. This day in history, 1536, the execution of Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, was beheaded at the Tower of London. Bro, don't you just kind of believe that if we did more public executions, we would have less crime? I don't know. Like, I'm definitely not a guy that says, oh, yeah, like stone everybody in the village square. But at the same time, there is power in understanding that. And now that I understand that our judicial system and the penitentiary system in particular is actually a money-making system, and you don't realize so many of the customer service calls that you grab are actually from white-collar, low-security prison inmates answering those phones, and they pay them like $3 an hour, a buck and a half, $2 an hour, something like that. And they get credits into their commissary account. And but these big companies that have contracts with these penitentiaries get an unbelievably great deal. And we, as consumers, get to talk to people that don't have an accent. So really, it's a win-win-win for everybody. The only thing is, because there's a lot of industry that comes out of the pen system, That means we got to have a lot of people in the pen system. So I kind of feel like, maybe we have advanced in society and we just don't like to show that stuff. But I also kind of feel like we kind of hide what happens, the bad stuff that happens when you get arrested. Like you go away, you're behind walls and fences with barbed wire and giant brick walls, and nobody knows what goes on back there, but it's bad stuff. It's like, well, yeah, but if everybody knew about it, don't you think we would do less of it? But no, that'll affect the entire monetary system of the pen system. I know, right? But what else happened this day in history? 1921, the Emergency Quota Act is signed. President Warren G. Harding signed this significant piece of legislation into law, establishing the first numerical limits of immigration based on nationality. Critical study represents a major transition in legal and national borders and demographic policy. Really? Oh, no way, bro. Famous birthdays. Malcolm X was born today, man. Iconic African American civil rights leader and orator. Basically means he was just great at public speaking. Okay. His legacy is one of the unyielding personal, um, personal unyielding intellectual evolution. His sharp methodical dismantling of systematic injustice remains a primary study in communications, logistics, and social movement sociology. What Malcolm X did and what MLK did, uh, absolutely just these are all populist. And the thing is we as a country don't do well with populists because you can't really control them. Yeah. And typically, a populist, if they get out of control, ends up being done away with. I.e., we saw last September our beloved Charlie Kirk gone. But he was a populist and he wasn't playing with the other kids in the sandbox. Okay. What else is going on? Birthdays. Ho Chi Minh, the Vietnamese revolutionary leader and president. His legacy is a complex study, successfully organizing a decades-long movement that completely reshaped the modern map of Southeast Asia. Kevin Garnett, bro, I remember watching that dude play b-ball, bro. Hall of Fame NBA champion whose career was defined by just his competitive physical intensities, defensive logistics, his competitive grit, his mental focus and unyielding work ethic on the court mirrors the stamina that we all need today. What else? Who else has got a birthday today? Augustus? No, his birthday is actually next month, but a lot of his administrative decrees were issued around this time. Nope, we're only doing birthdays, not decrees. Let's see. Okay. Listen. You want to know what the days are? You want to know what the days are today? The national days. Okay. Today is, I know. And by the way, if we've got three, we're going to do gold, silver, bronze. If we got two, we'll do gold and silver. Okay. And you guys got to tell me in the comments, by the way. But I have a feeling that there's going to be really no dispute in the gold National Day today because it is National Devil's Food Cake Day. That's right. I believe that out of, let's see, 300 million Americans, I believe that 295 million of them are going to say that, yeah, Devil's Food Cake is definitely the gold medal winner. But what else is going on? National May Ray Day. What in the heck is National May Ray Day? A day dedicated to stepping outside and soaking up the spring. Oh, shut up, bro. Like the month of May and sun rays. It's National May Ray Day. Shut the front door. Get outside, step in the grass, let the sun hit you directly in the eyes this morning because today is National Ray Day Day. It's National May Ray Day. National May Ray Day. May Ray Day, May Ray Day, May Ray Day, May Ray Day. Oh, no way. Oh my gosh, man. Is that those are the only 2 days? Well, shoot, I know what we know is the gold medal winner. That is wait. No, I lied. There's another one. World IBD Day, raising global awareness for health infrastructure data. We already know. Oh, if there could be like a 10th place, that would be there. That is just the worst of all the national days. That could be in the list of the top 10 worst national days is World IBD Day. Okay. So we need to do global awareness for health infrastructure data. Really? No thanks. Gold, definitely national devil's food cake. Silver will definitely be National Mayray Day. And the bronze, only because I'm only allowed to offer 3 places, is going to be World IBD Day. If I was allowed to, I would give it 10th place. If there was literally 100 runners, I would give it 100th place. Okay. But my job's to give you the news and tell you my feedback, bro. Okay. So you guys tell me, do we dig it? Yay or nay? Okay. Okay. Now, can we talk about the news, brah? Because we've got some crazy juicy news. Juicy news. Juicy news. All right. Let me give you the synopsis of the day. Happy Good Tuesday, Main Street. Blockbuster Capital News at the top. The SBA just doubled combined 7A and 504 loan ceilings to 10 mil. That's right. Rewriting your financing horizon overnight. Amazon Supply Chain Services swings open to all independents. Oh my God. Putting big box logistics in your hand and targets on your back. NFIB confirms labor quality has knocked inflation off the throne as Main Street's #1 problem. Our OBBBA scales the employer child care credit to 600 grand. Section 179 holds at a record 2.5 mil. Federal gas tax suspension on the table. Tariff refund partial still jamming up small importers. Portal, tariff refund portal. And 50 million Americans face severe weather today. Buckle up, let's roll. So, can we first talk about the biggest story when we're talking about SBA lending? We know that the 2 big loans that we get for small businesses, 7A and 504. 7A kind of lets you do anything you want to do with as long as it's approved, but the interest rate is higher. 504, more to buy like a business or a property, something that's got tangible asset. Interest rate is lower. Combined for a ceiling of 210 mil. Which is amazing. One of my absolutely fabulous clients, David, is actually going through this process right now. He is buying a large piece of property manufacturing building to scale his manufacturing business that he's had for years and years. And he is tapping into both 7A and 504. And his SBA uh, consultant, because each county typically has their own SBA office and consultants, is helping him structure both the 7A and the 504 together. Really, really, really cool. But it permanently reshapes our financial horizon. So capital intensive trade, logistics, or food production firms can now stack up to 5 million working capital for 7A plus 5 million for real estate or machinery. But call your local SBA rep, because we already know you don't understand, man. These SBA consultants, these regional reps, have quotas because the current administration's given a hard, like, we need manufacturing onshore, and so they just like, look, whatever you got to do, I'm here. You know, so huge story for us manufacturers. You mom pop vending shops, if you have questions about this, you do manufacturing and you do food stuff or you do manufacturing stuff, call. We can definitely help you guys out with this. Directions, help you guys with ministerial administrative paperwork. This is what we do, bro. For since 1968, for almost 60 years, we have been your premier small business back office accounting firm, where we pretty much help you spin all the 7 plates of business, starting with accounting, and we've been doing it for almost 60 years. So if you guys have any questions about anything that we do, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. That's accountingplusaccountability.com. You'll see exactly what we do, how we do what we do. We're the only accounting firm on earth that puts our business owners in peer advisory groups. We have monthly coaching calls with account reps. Because we spend as much time documenting your transactions from last month as we do on helping you profit next month. Yeah, that's really what you need as a small business owner, is a partner to help you for growth planning and to minimize mistakes. Accountants don't do that historically. Their job is primarily to document your transactions properly, to make sure that you're by the book for the federal, state, and local revenue collecting agency. That's their only job. Their only job. What else is going on in the news today? This is a biggie, bro. Amazon opened supply chain services to all independents. I told you guys this years ago. I was the very first one publicly predicting this. I told you when I saw the story that India was creating its own door-to-door delivery system in India and testing in India. This is probably 10 years ago. I started publicly telling everybody, you understand that Amazon's creating their own USPS, and you understand that Amazon is paying USPS, FedEx, and UPS, um, and they are literally copying their logistics model and they will simultaneously put them all out of business. Now, obviously, USPS, FedEx, and UPS won't be going out of business, but they're about to get a massive, monster, enormous competitor in the industry. Okay, and I was telling you guys this for 10 years. At the same time, they had their own air traffic control base, teaching and training drone pilots in Canada. And so, let's find out. Does Amazon does Amazon still have an ATC drone base in Canada? Let's find out. You guys know we do this show real time. I ask questions. Yeah. Told you. They set it up in 2015, 2,000 feet north of the US border. They set it up there because they were frustrated with the FAA's rules and regulations on drones. They have since, because now the FAA has put out its own rules, and now that's why basically any Walmart you see, you'll just see drones going to and fro because they've changed the laws. But no, Amazon started this in 2015. I told you guys. I told you. But because of that, right? You have to understand, bro. They are and have always been 10 steps ahead of everybody. And so what you'll see is, and I said this before, as soon as Amazon, because every quarterly call they have to tell the industries they're in. Let me find out what quarter did Amazon officially announce they were in logistics? Because you're about to find out. This quarter happened. I'm telling you right now. Google Gemini. Yep, Q4 2015. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, right around 2018, something like that, right around there. They officially kind of came out and announced it. How about this? When did FedEx cancel their contract with Amazon? Because the very next day, FedEx canceled their contract. June 2019. Yeah. So there it is right there. June 2019. So 2019, so 6 years ago, is when Amazon officially announced they were in logistics space. And FedEx the next day canceled their contract. And FedEx and UPS, or UPS and USPS, are just taking the millions, taking it, bro. And all the while, they're getting put out of business by Amazon, bro. And the story is today, Amazon's officially able to open their supply chain services to all independents. Amazon officially opened to all independent firms, including non-Amazon sellers. Dashboard allows small operators to outsource freight fulfillment and final mile delivery directly through Amazon's internal network. This means you can freaking ship a package to grandma, bruh. You don't have to use USPS anymore. You don't have to do any more of this. Oh, yes. Priority mail is now like $10. And it'll get there in like 2 to 12 days. Right. But doesn't my first like class stamp do the same? Right. But this you get tracking. Okay. Yeah. But why does it matter? Double-edged sword, baby. You can now leverage Amazon scale shipping to lower freight costs. But all of our B2B competitors got the same superpower, right? But nobody knows about this and nobody's using it. So if you're hearing me, bro, be the first one in, jump on this because you need to jump on this. But also, dude, Shut up. I'm setting this up for us. Justin, bro, this is going on our. Huh, shut up. Hold on. Pencil. Where in the rizzle drizzle is my pencil? Are you freaking kidding me right now? Fine. Use a pen. Set up. Um, Amazon supply chain. You guys know this show. I do it every day, and as I think of something, I write it down for me. Hate it. We send so much crap all over between our offices and our customers, and we hate using all these guys. Set up Amazon supply chain services for us to ship. I told you, bro. I told you. You don't know what's coming. What else is going on in the news today? NFIB, labor quality knocks inflation off the number one threat throne. May NFIB small business optimism index ticked up 0.1 to 95.9. This is a second straight month below the 52-week average. Underneath the data, 18% independent owners now rank labor quality as their single most critical roadblock. Guys, I've been telling you this, man. I have personally closed more third-gen small businesses in the last, I don't know, since we've been running IBM for I don't know, close to 10 years. But if you look in history, we've seen more second and third generation businesses closing at a rate we've never seen before. But you have to understand what goes on with small business. Okay. You have to understand where the employee pool comes from when we're talking about small business. It comes from two primary groups of demographics, if we will. One, family members. Okay. But here's the thing, us moron, and I'm going to give myself the scarlet letter M for moron, because can we just for 2 seconds just chat? Can we, please? First of all, can you see my M? Yes, for moron. There we go, right there, right there. M for moron, and I'm going to take this M for all of us mom and pops that were born in the Gen X period. This does not affect boomers. It doesn't affect the silent generation. The silent generation was third degree. They were like third degree black belt. They were like the Royce Gracie of passive aggressive behavior. Like you could not beat the silent generation in passive aggressiveness. Okay. And then they taught that to the boomer kids, who are first degree black belts, by the way. Like they are Royce Gracie's offspring of passive aggressiveness. So boomers, no, they made their Gen X kids take over the family business. But Gen Xers, because most of us were basically controlled with an invisible shield of passive aggressiveness, and with a dad that had a insanely short fuse that did whatever the mom wanted. So because of that, we all grew up and said, screw this. We are not doing that. Let these kids do whatever the hell they want. We screwed ourselves, man. We completely screwed it. We told these kids, me included, hey, moron kids, you don't actually know about anything about life, but you know what? Go chase your passions. How in the hell does a kid know what their passions are? They don't. You only know what your passions are when you start doing a million different things and you find out what you're naturally gifted in and you start doing more of that. And then passion develops after the skill. Why did we do this to the kids? Why did we do this to ourselves? And now the kids are off like doing whatever they want to do and not taking over the business. So that first segment demographic of employees for small business, specifically mom pop venti shops, us brick and mortar service businesses, right? No, not the kids anymore. And then it was kids, like high school, college kids going through a degree, working on whatever they want to do for their real world, career and job, would work at small business. Not anymore. They work at a fast food place making 18, 20 bucks an hour. They literally, Taco Bell will ACH the money into their account like the next day. They go deliver food for Grubhub or Uber Eats. They don't work there anymore. And they pay the highest cost of all goods and services in every line item on the profit and loss statement, which means these business owners are out of luck. They have no money to pay people that have actual talent to help them run the business. They have no money to pay for any type of ancillary type of benefits, no healthcare, none of that stuff. They don't get any of that stuff. No retirement plans, nothing. Mhm. And so that's the reason why we're seeing them go out of business at a rate we've never seen before. And so when NFIB is giving you this story that this is the biggest story of the day, it's because it is, Ma. It definitely is. Okay. But let's see what else is going on in the news today. Oh, well, before we jump into the news, everything that we talk about here, by the way, if we're talking about small business, we're talking about how to be more efficient. You guys know a couple weeks ago on Tactical Tuesday, I actually did an entire segment on how to take 40 hours of HR hiring into 4 hours. But it's because I had to develop this myself. You guys know I'm a big believer in eating my own home cooking. If I don't eat my food, I never tell you about my food. I'm never recommending my food if I don't eat it first. Okay. And so everything that we talk about is because we do it ourselves. And I've used this system, which I'm telling you, every business that I've consulted with, that I've taught it to, literally, it saves you. It's 1/10 the amount of HR time to get somebody to your interview process. Yep, I know, I know. But that's the thing is like if you have questions about this stuff, you want to know about that, you want to know about hiring and about benefits, you want to know how you can squeeze more money, more profit out of your business. We're the only accounting firm on earth that has a 2x profit guarantee. You want to double your profits this year? We're the only ones to be working with. Just go to accountingplusaccountability.com, accountingplusaccountability.com. Schedule a call with me. Up in the headers, a little gold bar button that says talk with AA Ron. That's me. Schedule a time, talk with me, anything you want to talk about. But this is one of those biggies right there, and we'll help you guys absolutely. What else is going on in the news? We talked about it yesterday, but it's a big deal, man. The OBBA lifts employer child care tax credit to cap at 600. This is the final rules confirm the maximum employer provided child care tax credit is now 600K. The firms with average receipts under 32 mil can now claim an immediate 50% write-off on corporate childcare. And by the way, this is also includes partnerships with childcare, meaning you pay the childcare directly. Like you can pay the team member or the childcare provider. And I don't know, man. Like um, I've just had this like idea of creating these like little powerhouse multi-use shopping centers. And I don't know. I just feel like this day is coming, and I'm telling you what I am most excited for is when one of these trillion-dollar companies, the Fortune 10, whenever one of these companies uh, actually starts getting into the housing industry, meaning they start buying these old, dilapidated shopping malls that literally just consume money and space and transform them into apartments for oldies like us. First of all, you have to understand, all of us oldies love walking. We're walkers, bro. My parents were walkers. Like, I'll tell you, like, the most hysterical story. When I was a kid, my parents went on a walk, and this is before they divorced, obviously. So this would have been early 90s, late 80s. Okay. And 'cause my parents divorced, I think in 94, 93, 94, something like that. I think 93. But um, it was we had an aquarium. We've always had pets, like always. And all of us kids, like we were like, we want pets. And the parents were like, fine, but you're taking care of them. Like, no problem. And then like a week after we get the pet, we're like, we hate this. Parents are like, you're the one that said it. Like my parents were obsessed with choices and consequences as a kid. Okay. And so we uh, I remember, and like the old schooly, like we had like one of those glass tubed aquarium heaters. And so I was like cleaning, blah blah. My parents went on a walk, and then like I think I banged the glass too hard and it cracked, and literally started electrocuting the fish. Now, you and I at the exact same time thought, yeah, just unplug it. No, I panic. I left it plugged in, and I darted out of the house, sprinted through the neighborhood to find out where the hell my parents were at on their walk, found them, come quick, Lassie's trapped, like that type of thing. And they're like, okay, so you cracked it. Did you unplug the heater? No, I didn't think of that. They're like, okay, well, sprint home and unplug the heater, and we'll be there in a minute. Okay, okay. Yes, okay. So, walking, bro, is a big, big deal, right? And so, I don't even know why I'm freaking telling you guys about the walking story, other than walking's a big deal. Okay, child tax credit. Who the heck knows why I even said that? But you know what? Let's just move on to another news story. Okay. I thought you guys would like to hear that little story, right? Let's see. Oh. Oh. This is important for you guys to know, but the Ebola developments trigger U.S. health alerts and possible travel restrictions. A U.S. citizen has been infected amid the ongoing outbreak. Okay, so again, is this you're about to once again force all of us into forced shelters and you're going to once again dominate and tell us what to do? Or is this real? Because of the day and time that we live in, and we know that basically everything that deals with the economy or like economics or politics that comes through the news, we know is a narrative. It is some version of propaganda, even if it is acts of omission, right? But something else that happened in the news, which is the Long Island Railroad strike, finally is resolved. Okay. It's back to normal after last minute agreements ended the threatened walkout. Uh-huh. 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 And what else is going on in the news? Tariff refund portal stalls. 182 billion owed to 330,000 small importers. Yeah, brah. The IEPA tariff refund pool stands at 166 billion with 56,000 plus importers filed. Reports indicate up to 182 billion is owed across 330,000 businesses. But small shops are disadvantaged navigating the Cape portal. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this right now. Give me the step by step. Watch right here, right here. I'm going right freaking here. I'm going straight to Claude. Please give me the step by step instructions on how a small business owner files for their tariff refund in the Cape portal. Okay, are you guys ready? You're getting it right now. How does a small business owner file for their tariff refund in the Cape portal? Step by step instructions. Are you ready? One of my buddies, Justin, literally tariffs have been eating his lunch for years. I just told him about this last week in our peer advisory group, and he was like, "What?" Launched April 20th, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You're the importer of record, okay, or the customs broker who filed the original entry. Your entries are either unliquidated or liquidated within the past 80 days. The entry carries an IEPA HTS Chapter 99 code. I guess it's like the ID code. So you set up your ACE account, okay? Get one now, register a new ACE account. It can take 6 to 8 weeks, okay? You need the importer sub account activated, okay? Where set up website. What is the ACE portal website? Here it is. You can access and log in directly at the CBA ACE portal login. Introduction to an ACE secure data portal account, which is through the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So if you go to cbp.gov/trade/automated/how-to-use-ace/portal-introduction. Okay. And then on the right hand side, you'll see where it says, and then you'll see apply for an ACE portal account. It's on the right hand side in a box that says ACE Essentials. It's like a rectangle box, and it's like 4 things: get started, apply for ACE portal account, ACE portal login, ACE reports. Okay. Yeah, that's how you do it. Okay. That's how you find the website. Step 2, at ACH banking info. They stopped issuing paper refunds on February 6, 2026. All refunds go electronic now via ACH. Enter banking info under the importer sub account in ACE. Critical detail: having ACH set up for duty payments is not enough. The account must be enrolled specifically for refunds. Just meaning make sure that the account can receive credits. Most of your bank accounts can, by the way. Number 3, pull your entry numbers. Log into ACE, then go to reports, then entry summary. And so remember, everything is already here. Okay. So all you're doing is setting an account, and what they do is they index and file all that into one thing. You filter the IEPA window, roughly February 25th through February 26th, for each entry. Confirm that it has an IEPA Chapter 99 HTS code, that it's unliquidated, okay, or liquidated within the last 80 days, and it's not an excluded category, okay. Verify against your ACE records, okay. Then download the CAPE template in ACE, open the CAPE tab, click the upload button. In the dialog, click the CAPE upload template hyperlink. This downloads an Excel file with one column titled entry number. Fill in your entries, one entry per row, 11 alphanumeric characters per entry number. Dash is optimal, no duplicates. Okay, max 9,999 entries per declaration. Then you upload the declaration back in the CAPE tab, file uploads, upload. Acknowledge certification, upload your CVS file. Then step 7, ACE runs 2 validations. File validation confirms format and that you're authorized to file. Entry validation confirms each entry exists in ACE and has an IEPA Chapter 99 code. If there's errors, fix it and resubmit it. And then step 8, wait for your money. Can I get a? Of course I can. Okay. Refunds generally issue within 60 to 90 days after they are accepted. Get it done now. Okay. Also, don't use your ABI. Filers will not use the automated broker interface. CAPE is a web portal only. Okay. Watch for scams, right? And if you guys need help with this, by the way, shameless plug, go to accountingplusaccountability.com, and you'll be able to check out what it is that we do, how we do what we do. We spend half of our time consulting and strategizing with you amazing mom and pop Venti shops. And so if you need any help with any of that, we're always here for you. We spend half of our life doing paperwork and consulting, and we can definitely help you guys navigate this. Faux show, accountingplusaccountability.com. And let's see, man. Okay. All right. A couple other little highlights here. White House backs the federal gas tax suspension. They announced the support for the temporary suspension. No way. That's 18.3 cents and 24.3 cents for diesel. 18.3 for gas, 24.3 for diesel. This is huge, man. Huge. Okay. I'll cover one more, maybe a couple more stories, and then we've got to jump into building our Tactical Tuesday 0 to 90-day cash flow template for the business, which we already know is going to be pallet recycling. If you saw the little thumbnail pic, you know what we're talking about today, and it's an insane biz that nobody does. But DoorDash launches Unlocking Main Street. So DoorDash announced a Main Street initiative bundling marketing credits, lower commission tiers for first-time merchants, and storefront optimization tools targeted at independent restaurants and convenience. This is a big deal to us. Free marketing credits, customers for free. Okay, if you run a claim it this week. And if you don't keep delivery long-term, the surface your name to neighbors. Remember, you got to pay to play. You want to show up, you got to pay to play. All right. And the biggest thing of the meaning this, what this story affects 50 million Americans today. A massive, severe thunderstorm tornado threat, basically hitting the plains in the Midwest, brah. 50 million people. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, all of us in high risk corridor. Okay. Memorial Day lands, weekend lands in 4 days. But understand, DFW, Oklahoma, all of my offices, literally all three of them, are right in the middle of this huge storm. Okay. So, whatever happens, man, pull your people off the roofs. Make sure your generators are fueled up. I've got my my doomsday van out there that's fully docked up with battery and everything else. It's going to be fine, man. It's going to be fine. But can we roll into Tactical Tuesday? We get to build a service-based business for under $1,000, cash flowing 0 to 90 days. Are we ready? We always say here on Business or Breakfast, we don't worry about A to Z, but we obsess over A to E. So this is your A to E business plan. Number one, phase, we'll do the different phases. Phase A, B, C, D, whatever, right? A, the core idea and unit economics. Okay, so we're gonna cover here the pallet industry. It's a hidden gold mine because it is pure B2B volume game. Like, understand, pallets are basically like purchased for the people that need them and then disposed of because they don't want to mess with selling or recycling them. Okay. So they just throw them out. Right now, the big boys, like the big box guys, have all this dialed in, but the small guys do not. Okay. The problem, they stack up, they create fire hazards, and they take up a ton of space. Companies pay to get rid of these things. So the opportunity for us, local shippers, nurseries, brickyards, desperately need cheap pallets. New pallets are insanely expensive. They can't afford them. So here's the goal: get them for nothing, stack them, and then sell them for $5 to $12 a pop. Mm-hmm. Now, let's go to phase B. Remember, we're going to talk about AD. So here's phase B: inventory acquisition. This is you loading up on the supply. Before you start selling pallets, you got to have pallets. Don't buy them. Hell, tell that now. Okay. You are a problem solver removing an eyesore. Target the Venti business, right? So this is, don't go to your large distribution hubs, man. They already have their contracts. They already have all this stuff dialed in. Who do you go to? Auto repair guys, independent hardware stores, tile flooring showrooms, commercial printers, equipment rental lots, local manufacturing shops. All of them have to get their crap on pallets. Drive through a local industrial park, look for stacks of wooden pallets leaning against the back walls. And here is your $0 script. You walk in the front door, ask for the warehouse manager or owner, say exactly this: Hey, I'm building, like, can I, hey, Bob, my name's Aaron. I'm building a local logistics recycling service. I noticed you have a ton of pallets taking up space in the back. If I commit to clearing those out for you completely free of charge, like every week, so you don't have to deal with those, can I take them off your hands today? And if you're cool with it, can I just set you up like on a weekly, I don't know, like bi-monthly or I guess bi-weekly or monthly pickup um time frame? So that way you know somebody like the garbage man's coming to get rid of this crap. Cool? Cool. Okay. You just got your very first customer, repeat customer, by the way, repeat customer. Here is phase three, which is logistics and infrastructure. This is the setting up of the business. Okay. An engineer wants to buy a heavy duty flatbed trailer and rent a yard. Do not do this, for the love of God. If you are doing a business, this is what you all want to do. You're like, oh my gosh, and do this. No, stop it. No, you need to go find storage, a driveway, garage, or a buddy's backyard. You only need space for like 50 to 100 pallets. Or let me tell you another great one. I know because I use these and have for years. Like if you do those like car storages place, like it's storage, but they're like for outdoor storage. And so you'll see people that store their boats, their cars, their RVs, those like open storage places because they're covered. So they're covered from the elements, but they are the cheapest storage places, bro. The cheapest. Okay. And you can get these things for almost nothing, right? But start with your garage. If you don't have it, go rent a local storage place, a 5 by 10. Stack those damn things up tall like that. Just stack them deep and stack them tall. Okay. The standard focus on GMA standard, which is 48 by 40, four-way entry. Okay. Like which is bink, bonk, bonk, bonk. You know what I'm talking about. The four-way entry pallets, 48 by 40. Okay. Grade A, clean, no broken boards, look almost new, top dollar. Grade B, repaired stringers or minor cracks, but completely structural, discounted but highly sellable. Scrap, broken beyond repair, strip the the good wood to repair grade A pallets later. So it's like you basically put them into three stacks. Your best pallets, good pallets need a little bit of work, and crappy pallets that got to be repaired to make them good pallets, right? Then we go to phase D, which is liquidity or liquid liquidity. You got 50 standard JMA pallets in your driveway in your garage. Now hunt the buyer cash and fast. Low hanging fruit. Okay. Clean photos of a stack of 10. Post on Facebook Marketplace plus Craigslist. And by the way, people use these things constantly for artwork. They build furniture out of this stuff. Like people will repurpose pallets like you've never seen before. Okay. Put on here headline: standard 48 by 40 GMA pallets, grade A and B, delivery available. And here's who we're targeting: small local shippers, landscapers, people moving who need cheap, heavy duty bases. Facebook, Craigslist, easiest, cheapest place, child's play, dunzo. Okay. Now we've got the B2B hustle. Hit the stone yards, the turf companies, concrete manufacturers, agriculture supplies, small e-commerce warehouses, and just say, I got a steady supply of graded, refurbished 48 by 40 standard pallets. I can deliver them to you for 30% less than what your current distributor is charging you with no minimum order. These are all huge. And literally, one of my long-term clients, not anymore, but they were with us for, I don't know, like 20 years. Um, all they did was pallets. That was it. Pallets. Buy them, resell them. And you have no concept of how much money they made. Okay. Phase E, the first dollar. Here we go. D was a liquid liquidity. Okay. Phase E, the first dollar. A local brickyard agrees to take 40 of your grade A pallets at $7 each because their supplier charges 11. You load them in your truck. You back them in a loading dock. They count them. They hand you a check or Venmo you for $280. This is phase E. You have officially reached your first dollar, proving the entire economic loop works without buying heavy machinery, leasing a yard, or signing any contracts. Remember, day 1 to 30, supply hunt. Secure 35 businesses that agree to let you haul off their used pallets for free. Collect your first 100 pallets. Day 31 to 60, sorting and refining. Day 61 to 90, selling, baby. What do you think, man? What do you think of this amazing A to E business plan? Pallet recycling, refurbishing, and reselling. What? Come on, man. What do you guys think? I know what you think. It's amazing. And by the way, you guys also know that we are the only back office accounting firm who actually will give you a $1,000 grant to help you launch this business. We know we have seen a decline of mom and pop venti shops in the last 20 years, 30 years, and they are going out of business at a rate we've never seen before. And so we, as a back office, small business back office company, want to make sure that you guys stay in business. So if any of the businesses that we've talked about or a business that you got an idea for and you want like a grant for it, hit us up, man. Accountingplusaccountability.com. We issue $1,000 grants all the time for people that want to start stuff. We'll talk you and walk you through that process, but go to accountingplusaccountability.com. And we'll kind of tell you what it is that, what it looks like. Step 1, step 2, step 3. We'll walk you through the whole process, 0 to cash flow in 90 days. And we're going to partner with you guys. So really, really excited about this. When I saw this, I was like, I can't wait to share this with you guys because I know some of you guys are going to jump on this. And if you guys need help with any of this stuff, accountingplusaccountability.com, and we'll help you guys out with this. Now, let's jump into our Scott Adams reframe your brain lesson. You guys know every day, bro, we do a lesson. I'm going to do this book right here. Okay. So today's lesson, and you guys know we do a lesson from his book. He passed away January 13th of this year. I lovingly reference him as my pops number 3 and our modern day oracle. And so so many of the reframes that he's talked about, systems over goals, like just that one alone changed my life. And I've got a dozen of them that I adopted that completely changed me. And so today, the usual frame, the normal way that we look at this, I have to do everything myself. Nobody else would do it right. Here is the reframe, the new way of looking at it. If I'm the only one who can do it, I don't have a business. I have a job that owns me. That's right. You're just a you are just an employee of your own business. A sole proprietor and you're the only one, you're just a solopreneur, meaning you go out of town for 3 months, you ain't selling, you ain't eating, right? And so, but I have to tell you, man, this book right here, 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, changed my life, man. Absolutely changed my life. And the kind of the, I guess the operating system of the entire book is with a generalized question. Let's say the doctor comes and says, "Hey, unfortunately, you can only work what you're doing 40 hours a week. You can only work 4 hours a week. How do you get your job done if you can't do it?" That is the secret. Okay. But the reason why this lands for all of us owners is because we as owners have this mindset that the only way it can be done right and as quickly is if I do it myself. But the problem is that you're not building a team and you're putting all the weight on yourself. And all you do is walk around with a scarlet letter, I didn't even know it was still on. The scarlet letter M for moron, except you're still going to wear the scarlet letter for moron because you're the one that's like, woe is me. Oh my gosh. I just work so hard. I don't have enough time in the day to do what I do. Everybody's like, right, idiot. But you have the same 24 hours a day that everybody else does. So if you would spend like half of the time you do of broadcasting to the world of how much you work and spend half that time on engineering systems so that way helps you minimize and be more efficient. But remember, that's their ego. It's how they identify to the world. They're the human octopus, right? The point of building a business is creating an asset that has value when you're not in the room. Every task you refuse to delegate is a vote that your time is worth less than the labor cost of training somebody else. Pick one task this week, just one, that you'll write a long page SOP, standard operating procedure on, and hand it off. Train. Remember, doctors have been training the same way for hundreds of years. Watch one, do one, teach one. Watch one, do one, teach one. Watch one, do one, teach one. Okay. Same thing. Build an SOP, standard operating procedure, build a process. If you need help, hit us up, accountingplusaccountability.com. We build SOPs every single day for us and our business owners. Okay. We literally have a gifting in it. Okay. So hit us up, SOP, the one that's the most bottleneck for you, and we'll get that done. Okay. And we also have a lot of these SOPs already written and built, by the way, including the 40 hours of HR work in 4 hours. So you have any questions, accountingplusaccountability.com, care of you. Okay. Now, what did you guys think of our show today? Mind bending as usual. I freaking knew it, right? But the reason is because it's for you. And literally every day, this show is different, bro. We do something different every single day, right? So, you guys know we do this show every day for you and for me. We are the hardest working individuals ever. So, this is our daily 1 hour church service to be inspired, encouraged, learn a little, laugh a little. And you guys know if we do all of that, then you guys have to agree to do a little. I told you to be the best show ever, right? But remember, guys, everything we talk about, if you think it's hard or you think it's easy, you're right. Okay. Oh, I just hit the woot woot button. Okay. Remember, don't just work in your business. Make sure that you're working on your business, spending time minding your own business. All right, my beautiful peeps, you guys got the news, the tips and tricks. Now go own this day. My name is Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, and you guys know what time it is. It's time to get to work.